Hey Toby, thanks for meeting me for lunch. I really appreciate it. I know the IMC's given us a lot of great tools, and we've got the Sales Support Center. I love it. Finally, it went nationwide. We got iPads, Evos, Salesforce.com. Honestly, and I want to take advantage of all this stuff, but it's just so overwhelming. I just don't have time to learn this stuff. Any advice for me?
Well, you know what? Let me tell you a story that maybe will hit home with you a little bit. When email first came out back in the early 90s,
Yeah.
I didn't like it. In fact, I resisted it big time. I thought this is just another thing I have to remember to monitor. Well, then, as I'm trying to get everything through my voicemail and these people are sending me emails, I started to realize, you know what? I'm going to have to get with the times here because I'm missing big, important stuff.
Yeah.
So I finally realized I got to get with the times, and now guess what? I can't live without email. It's my life.
Yeah.
Now, what I will say also is now email is almost a thing of the past. So that's how fast things change.
Yeah.
The same was true with texting.
Yeah.
I hated it at first. Now I can't live without it. Okay, so things are just changing fast. But I feel your pain.
Well, I'm telling you, can't I just keep doing it the way I've been doing it? I've been pretty successful, and it's been working fine for all these years.
You know what, though? There's reasons why all this stuff is so popular. And the reasons are it makes you more effective. So if we don't do it, guess what? Who will? Our competitors.
Yeah.
So if we want to go there, we can. But I think we got to learn this stuff. I mean, we just got to cut out the time somehow to learn it. Here, let me show you some stuff, too.
Yeah.
I made some notes here last night when you called me about about lunch. And,
Yeah.
and I made some notes. There's a thing here, this extinction chart.
Yeah.
Look at this. Check out some of this stuff on here. I mean, look. In the next 5 years, telephone directories are going to become extinct.
Huh.
Newspaper delivery, libraries, and even our Blackberries that
Yeah.
we had. You know, those are going to become extinct. So you see how fast things change.
Yeah, it's pretty scary.
And when you get a chance, look at these. Here's a link I'm going to email you.
Okay.
There's a link to these videos on YouTube. Check these out. Like here's one from 2008. I took some notes on what's in there. I mean, look at some of this stuff. It's incredible. India has more honors kids than America has kids. This is in 2008.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
even changed more than that.
Yeah.
1 out of 8 couples married in the last year met online. That was in 2008.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. There's 31 billion Google searches each month. 31 billion. And then in 2009 they did a new version of that thing and talked about things like ABC and NBC and CBS. They get 10 million viewers a month. Well, Facebook, YouTube, and MySpace get 250 million viewers a month. So you see the change going on. And then one from 2011. So now we're 3 years later.
Yeah.
And look at some of these. So remember how Google had
Right.
31 billion
Yep.
hits a month?
Yep.
Facebook has now topped Google.
Wow.
And remember how it was 1 in 8 couples have met online?
Yep.
Now it's 1 in 5 have met online. So you see things just accelerate. And the point of all this is that the world's changing fast.
Yeah.
If we don't change with it, it's going to change without us.
Yeah.
And we're going to be left behind. And our competitors are going to eat our lunch.
I don't want that to happen. But
No.
and I know you're probably right. But how do you keep up with it all? I'm already working way too many hours.
Well, that's the thing. This stuff, helps you become smarter. It helps you work smarter, not harder. In fact, as you really start using this stuff, you find out it saves you time. It doesn't cost you more time. Now, I'm not saying it's easy. You do have to make an initial investment,
Yeah.
as with anything else. But you just have to make it a priority. It's like me with dieting. Speaking of my lunch, and you can see how well I'm doing. You see how well I'm doing now. It's like dieting. You have to make it a priority. And just like I haven't been doing here the last couple of months, making it a priority, and you see what happens. You have to make it a priority. So same thing with technology. You just have to set aside the time and make it a priority.
Well, has it really worked? I mean, has it really made you more effective? And how?
I was thinking about this too. Remember, we both started the same year,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And back then, payphones were,
Yeah.
were
25
around.
years ago. That's right.
It
Pulling
was
up to the hotel parking
It was a
lot.
dime, I think.
Yeah.
It was a quarter.
Yeah. Yeah.
We had the green sheets. Is how we
Yeah.
got our sales data.
Yeah.
It wasn't all bad, but think about going back to that now.
Yeah.
Remember the trunk load of green sheets you had?
Yeah.
And then remember we only had ship-to data up until a few years ago. So now we've got POS and faxing was a thing that you did a lot back then. You don't do that much anymore. Do you really want to go back there? I mean, you think backwards and see where we've come from and to where we're at now. Do you really want to go back? But let me describe a day in my life now because I think you'll see the way I work now is really more effective. It's more productive. So let me describe kind of how I run my day now. I use my iPad, to show product demonstrations now instead of setting up an appointment,
Yeah.
2 weeks from now or a month from now to show a customer a demonstration. I show them right on my iPad,
Yeah,
and you would not believe how many times that turns into an order just like that.
yeah,
It's just incredible what these things can do for me. I can turn around and order a sample right there on my iPad if they want to see.
right there in the call.
See it right there in the call.
Push the
Right on my
button,
iPad.
get the samples.
Yep.
Automated samples.
It's just incredible what these things can do for you now. Think
Yeah.
about how long that would have taken,
Yeah,
before
exactly.
that. It's crazy. This whole chatter thing is another thing that's just really turning my world around. I'm able, 2 weeks ago, I ran across a unique application at a customer,
Mm-hmm.
and I chattered that out.
Mhm.
I don't know if you've used Chatter yet, but
Not
you
so
basically just post a question out there, and I post it to all the ASD reps. And guess what? Within 2 or 3 hours, I had replies back from people I didn't even know.
Yeah.
One rep out in LA,
Yeah.
another one I think was in Omaha, and then the guy up in New York who I didn't know. He not only did he help me with my situation and told me, yeah, we can win in that application, but he also gave me a customer testimonial,
And
very
hooked
similar
it
to one.
up,
Hooked me
right.
up. So it's just unbelievable.
So you didn't have to make 14 phone calls. You didn't have to try to get people on their cell phone in the middle of the day. It was bada
I
boom,
mean, I
bada
didn't
bing.
even know the guy,
Yeah,
So-
yeah, yeah,
so I
Yeah.
wouldn't have known to call him. He
Good
came
point.
to me.
yeah.
And I enter my my appointments as they come up. So here it is on a Wednesday afternoon, right before lunch. I made an appointment for next Wednesday afternoon,
Yep.
and I just put it right on my iPad.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now that because of the connection with Lotus Notes
Yeah.
and with Salesforce.com, that all connects together.
Yeah.
So I put it in my iPad instead of on my Franklin Planner like I used to do.
Yeah.
Look right here. It's on my iPad.
So how do you
So
turn it into an
Salesforce.com.
opportunity?
So let's say I'm meeting with him next
Right,
Wednesday,
right.
and I run across an opportunity as a result of it.
Right.
Well, I push turn into opportunity. I push where's the button? Right there. Opportunity
Yep.
creates an opportunity with all the information
All ready to go.
that's
I don't
already
have
there.
to-
I don't have to put in the guy's name. I don't have to look up the company. It's already there, and all I got to do is tell what product it is and how much it is. So that works really slick. That's just where we're going with this stuff. If you really start to adopt it, it really can help you a lot.
Okay, but now I'm putting all this information in the system, and it feels like, Big Brother in St. Paul is watching my every move. I'm afraid they're going to start to micromanage me. I like sales because I like the freedom to be and set up my day and schedule my time.
Well, it's not like, I hear you, but it's not like people in St. Paul, I was in St. Paul for 5 years. It's not like people in St. Paul have time to look through all the details, right? I mean, they're busy too. So it's not like that. But think of it this way too, like, Bill Belichick, the coach of the Patriots.
Yeah,
If he didn't have the game film to review, how effective would he be at preparing for the next week? Right?
mm-hmm.
So think of the data you're putting into Salesforce.com as the game film that the coaches can watch and help you get better and help the team get better.
Yeah,
That's the way I look at it.
yeah. Well, I'm buying in, and honestly, part of why I'm buying in something you said when you talked about when we both started in 1986.
Yeah.
I'll never forget how I felt when some of the more senior guys back then,
Yeah.
didn't want to do email, didn't want to stop faxing, and I thought, seriously, you are a bunch of dinosaurs. So, I
And
got
now
to be
you're gonna
careful.
be the
Yeah,
dinosaur.
yeah. I
You're not
don't want to
careful.
go there. So I'm buying in, but how do I get started on it?
Well, here's how I kind of look at it. I treat it like continuing education. In fact, I just did this last month with the Evo because I had learned the iPad first.
Yeah,
I didn't
yeah.
get my Evo till later, so I had to set aside some time and learn how to use my Evo more effectively. So it's just like being a doctor or a dentist. If you don't keep up with the times and do your continuing education, in those industries is actually required.
Yeah,
In ours, it should be required because if we don't keep up,
Yeah.
we fall behind.
be
So.
roadkill.
So you have to make it a priority and treat it like continuing education, and just set aside time to learn a little bit about the Evo this month and the
Mhm.
iPad next month,
Mhm.
and Salesforce.com the month after.
Well, I'll tell you what, I'll give it another try, but I'm calling to you if I get stuck.
Well, please do, and also remember Jackie. She's good with this stuff too. So if
All
I'm
right.
not available, call Jackie. I mean, there's going to be more and more people
All
who can
right.
ask for help, and of course the people in St. Paul, Sarah Anderson, and all those people. So absolutely, though, give me a call.
I'll try it, Toby.
All right.
Thanks.
Good luck.
So let's watch it.